So, schema markup or structured, people can overthink it sometimes, and it seems a little bit technical. And yeah, I just like to kind of keep it simple. So, let's just open up ChatGPT like we always do. Ignore the strange searches. But yeah, I'll just pick a random website. Pick my own, for example, service-based website. So I want to open up ChatGPT, the website that you want to optimize structured data on, or schema markup, and the schema markup testing tool, schema markup validator. So go to this one. So we'll do the home page. So people always forget with this, it's only analyzing individual URLs or individual pages. So if I run a test on the home page, it's just checking the schema markup or structured data for the home page. It's not checking the whole website. A bit like with the page speed insights testing, that is just that URL as well. Okay, so we can see it's got web page, structured data, organization, and website. They've got 0 errors, warnings, and 1 item in each. So they're classed as 1 item. So this is good. This sort of entity data. So they've identified that I'm a freelancer, working e-commerce, SEO, all this sort of thing. Mention all these different things. Obviously, if these aren't relevant or they don't quite fit what you want, you might want to look at the content on the page. That's one thing. Organization schema. Um, this is obviously to do with the business as a whole. Business name, relevant social media. So I've got my Twitter and, well, just my Twitter on there, the URL. And then website schema, potential action. Okay, so you can see there's search terms. You can search in it basically. So it's given a relevant action there as well. So what I'd do, this can be a little bit more difficult with larger websites, but do it bit by bit if you have to. Take all this, copy it. I'll just put a little prompt in before I just go. This is the existing schema markup for this URL. It's my homepage for my service-based business. I'm an SEO consultant. Basically, describe your business and describe that homepage. It's the initial. And describe your business and describe the context around the page. So is it the initial page? Is it a product category? Is it a product page? Is it a blog post? Service page? All that. Just give it a little bit of context and then just say, here's the existing schema markup. I mean, generally, rather than the web page, can you suggest what might be missing with examples? And then I'm just copying and pasting it in. Obviously, if there's a lot of it, you might need to do it bit by bit, like I said. So that's the website schema pasted in. Organization schema. And the website schema. Okay, paste that in there. Right, so it's giving examples of what might be missing. So it's saying breadcrumb schema for navigation. Could add that in. List different items like home and what's in the main navigation. This would work better for product URLs, I presume, but person schema. Obviously, I mentioned I'm an individual SEO consultant, so we could talk about me as a person, my entity basically. It's also mentioned could add your LinkedIn profile, GitHub profile. If you've got client reviews or testimonial, integrate those. Expand the organization schema, phone numbers, different social medias, local business schema. Okay, so it gives you a load of suggestions, enrich the website schema. And it's always easiest to enrich your existing schema than add new schema in general. Okay, so next, so that's kind of been done. If there are two sort of options I go from here is look at the competitor's URL and then paste in their schema because the schema markup validator can paste in any schema. So run a test on a competitor's homepage URL, paste their schema in and go, what have they got, what I'm missing? And then I just put what specific information do you need from me to generate this schema? Okay. And then it gives you a lot of working points, logo URL, business description, email address, all this sort of stuff. Give it all this information that you've got that you're happy to be made public. Then it'll provide the schema. Once you've got that, either speak to a developer or if you're technically minded, implement it yourself or speak to me and I can help as well. But that's essentially what I do for every website. And I mean, what I do is take the home page, take a key category or service page, take a key product or sub-service page, take a key blog post, and then you can sort of look to expand it out into all the different types of pages rather than going through every single individual page. You want to just go, right, let's expand it out. It's better to have schema across the whole site to begin with in the different types and then rectify it eventually rather than just adding it manually to every page. But yeah, that's essentially what I do. Put it into the schema markup validator, pick a URL, copy and paste this into ChatGPT and say what's missing, essentially. And then the only little nuance would be do a competitor's URL. So I just do SEO Consult Manchester for me. Tony Marino. So fetch that. No, it's not. Oh, that'll be why. So they've got a couple of errors in blog posting. So I'd also mention, well, you wouldn't expect that for the top result, would you? But let's copy and paste that, and I just go. I'll do the bit with the errors. I just go. Has this competitor got any schema which I'm missing currently? There you go. So these have got a breadcrumb list, date published, date modified, all this sort of stuff. So yeah, keep it simple. I mean, rather than just getting rid of schema and starting from scratch, pop it into a LLM like this, and then see what you're missing.